Hello guys and welcome to Trumpet with an I, and today is our first ever episode of TLDR, which stands for Too Long Did Not Read. So basically, in these TLDR episodes, I'll be giving you news and updates on all gaming news and all tech news around the world so that you guys, can easily stay up to date what's happening and don't have to bother going to millions of websites to see what's happening around the world. So as you know, last year Nintendo released two new 3DS consoles, the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL. It was released here in Australia and in Japan and New Zealand. Now America's been waiting a very long time for their new 3DSs, and it's finally getting released on the 13th of February, but America's only getting the XL version. They're not actually getting the small version. And this is North America actually. This is because Japan believes that the small one won't sell very well, but a lot of people still want the small 3DS. So Nintendo will obviously sell the smaller one. Eventually, give it about a year or two. It's going to happen, but initially they just want to have the XL because firstly, they can get more profit from it because it's bigger. And yes. Also happening to coincide on the 13th of February is also the release of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Woo! So what's happening is that you can also get, as well as getting the Zelda game, you can get a limited edition new 3DS XL, which is gold, has nice patterns on it. And these are available on EB Games. The second shipment came through. By now, I'm guessing they've already sold out. You were able to pre-order them on EB Games for about $250. But they're selling out really quickly because people want this new console and the Majora's Mask. And what's interesting to know is that on Amazon, these new 3DSs, the limited edition ones, which are gold, are going for about $400 each because people are that desperate to get their hands on these limited edition ones. Speaking of limited edition new 3DSs, Monster Hunter Ultimate 4, wow, is also coming out along with its own special 3DS, which is silver. And that's really cool because it's got a really nice brushed aluminium finish to it, and it looks really nice. I would personally get one of those because it just looks really great. Also interesting in the world of gaming is that Apple, them, have decided to put forward a patent. Is it patent or patent? I'm just going to say patent just to annoy everyone out there. To incorporate a joystick into their iPhone. So what that means is that if you get an iPad, you'll see here that the home button is just a button, and what they're planning to do is make it so they can pop out, and you can use it as one analog stick, much like the 3DS. Apple's patented so many things in the past, so it's very unlikely that this will actually get incorporated into any model, but it's good to hope. I mean, they did patent their stylus 5 years ago, and they're possibly making it, which leads me on to the next part of the video. Woo! iPad Pro. Now the iPad Air is pretty good. It's got a good screen and everything, but the thing for me, being a musician, is that I use my iPad to read music on it, and sometimes I find that the screen is just a tad bit too small. Now this new iPad Pro is aimed at people like me who want a bigger screen. It's also aimed at corporate people. So it will have a 12.2-inch display. It'll be as thick as the current iPad Air 1, so not the 2, which is so much thinner. It'll possibly feature, for the first time, a stylus, much like the Galaxy Note series, how they have their stylus and the Surface Pro. And this is because it's their iPad Pro. What rumors are saying is that the pen won't be necessary to operate the iPad. It will just be a feature that is optional, that you can live without it, basically. It will basically be the equivalent of having a smart cover, which will lock your screen. I mean, you don't need it, but it's nice and handy to have it. I personally will be really excited to get an iPad Pro because it'll be great for reading music, and I love the pen because that means I'll be able to write annotations on my music. They're saying the first generation of stylus will be very basic, only allowing for drawings, but eventually they will update it with accelerometers and gyroscopes and everything so that you can eventually do 3D drawings, which is really cool. I'm like freaking out here. Here's something very interesting. Google Glass has just stopped. You can buy them, the remaining ones that are left, for $1,500. It's basically flopped. There's no other way. Google's moving in a new direction. They're still working wearables, but we'll see what's happening. Club Nintendo is closing down. What? So basically, for those who don't know, Club Nintendo is a rewards program where you would buy a game, and then you get a little card like this with a little code on the back. I've used this code, so don't try and bother putting this in. You put it in online and you redeem 200 points or something. And eventually when you buy lots of games, you can get free items shipped to you. So I've got this Mario pencil case with an official Nintendo thingy. The shutdown will slowly happen over the next few months. So what Nintendo is going to do is going to start putting new things online so that people can waste their coins or their stars. I've got around 300 points left. You can start getting ringtones for 30 stars and such. North American members have until June the 30th to spend their hard-earned coins or whatever piques your interest, basically. So yeah. In Europe, the date is extended to September 30th. It doesn't say anything here about Australia, but let's just assume for the worst case scenario, it's June. So what you want to do is hang back for about a week, buy a game, buy a few games here and there, and then around June-ish, you want to start getting stuff because Nintendo's going to start putting new things online so that you can get them posted to you. They might replace it with something else. They haven't announced anything, but most likely because well, people are going to be pretty upset about this. So Windows 10 is getting released later this year. Public betas have been out. You are able at this moment, as far as I'm aware of, to download Windows 10 to your operating system, but beware, it's very buggy. It is still under development, so I would personally hold off from getting Windows 10 because it's still an unfinished operating system. It's an operating system. It's not like a piece of software you can close. Your whole computer relies on it. So you might not want to get it, but it seems really promising. It looks like Windows 7 basically. The improvements Windows 7 made on Vista is the same thing with 10 over 8. Valve is now letting millions of Steam users stream their games to Twitch online, which is really cool. Broadcasting and watching gaming is pretty simple. If you know someone's Steam ID, you only need to browse to their profile and click Watch Game. That'll then send a request through this player's Steam client, and if they accept, you can start watching immediately. So that's kind of cool. No, it's not. Sorry, my mistake. It's actually not through Steam. It's not through Twitch. It's actually their own streaming option, which is kind of cool. So Lego has just announced a new an RPG coming to mobile devices, iOS and Android. It's scheduled to come in 2016. They've only announced it as Lego Ninjago, but it's expected to come with Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and yeah. So that'd be cool. Everyone can play Lego. I used to play Lego when I was 8, so I'm sure it's going to reach a lot of young people out there. So Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is getting its first DLC pack next week. Havoc, it's called Havoc, launches on January 27th. Activision has, in anticipation of this launch, Activision has released the first zombie mode gameplay trailer. So people who own COD Advanced Warfare will now get a new zombie mode. It's reminiscent of Left 4 Dead, with an all-star cast of voice actors and stuff like that. Lots of zombie shooting. However, it's nothing like the zombie mode in the Black Ops game. Sledgehammer is taking a much more story-based approach, lining up the co-op experience with the single player as well. So Sony is now offering a 10% discount on all PSN online purchases because of their holiday outage when the hackers hacked into the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. So PlayStation is compensating for that by giving everyone a 10% discount. So if you're a PlayStation player, go to the PSN store and you'll get some discounts. So that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed finding out what's happening around the world. It took me a very long time to find it. So I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I do it all the time. It's what I do in my free time. I just go on the website and go, oh, what's the news happening around the world? So hopefully I'll upload this every Tuesday. We'll call it TLDR Tuesday. So subscribe if you liked it, like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Leave a comment below or above because I got to future-proof the video in case for some reason YouTube makes the comments go above the video. So thanks for watching and we'll catch you next Tuesday.